To remove and install the front upper A-arm on your RZR 200, follow these steps. Park the vehicle on a flat level surface, and ensure the parking brake is set. Next, remove the wheels from the vehicle. Begin by loosening the lug nuts while the vehicle is on the ground, but do not remove at this time. Then, safely elevate the vehicle. Reference your owner's manual for proper lifting techniques. Once safely elevated, remove and retain the lug nuts and set aside. Then, remove the wheels and set aside. Next, remove and retain the 4 front fascia fasteners. Then, remove and retain the upper shock mounting fastener and discard the nut. Continue by removing and retaining the 2 brake line fasteners from the A-arm. Next, remove and retain the upper steering spindle fastener and discard the nut. Then, carefully remove the ball joint stem from the steering spindle. Continue by removing and retaining the upper A-arm mounting fasteners, and discard the nut. Then, carefully pivot the front shock out and lift the A-arm out of the vehicle. Next, inspect the A-arm bushings and pivot tube for damage or wear and replace as necessary. If reusing the A-arm, inspect the ball joint and ball joint boot for wear, tears, or damage and replace if necessary. Also, thoroughly clean with a shop rag before reinstalling. If replacing the A-arm, new A-arm bushings, pivot tubes, and a ball joint will need to be installed into the arm. Next, pivot the shock up and align the A-arm with the mounting holes in the frame. Then, reinstall the retained upper A-arm mounting fastener from the front of the vehicle. And loosely install a new nut. Continue by reinstalling the retained upper A-arm mounting fastener from the front of the vehicle. Then, carefully insert the ball joint into the steering spindle. Next, reinstall the retained upper steering spindle fastener from the front of the vehicle, and loosely install a new nut. Then, align the brake line mounting tabs with the mounting holes on the A-arm, and reinstall the 2 retained brake line fasteners. Torque the fasteners to specification. Before installing, inspect the shock bushings for any wear or damage and ensure they are fully seated. Then, reinstall the retained upper shock mounting fastener from the rear of the vehicle, and loosely install a new nut. Next, torque the A-arm mounting fasteners to specification. Then, torque the steering spindle fastener to specification. Continue by torquing the front upper shock mounting fastener to specification. Then, reinstall the 4 retained front fascia fasteners and torque the fasteners to specification. Next, reinstall the wheels on the vehicle and tighten the lug nuts until fully seated. Then, safely lower the vehicle until the tires begin to touch the ground. This will help keep the wheels in place when torquing. Once lowered, torque the lug nuts to specification in a crisscross pattern. Then, safely lower the vehicle completely. For more information, see your authorized Polaris dealer or visit Polaris.com.